you have an appetite for destruction, you dream of getting behind the wheel of the ultimate machine, Bigfoot. Hi, I'm Megan Meany. Welcome to Help Wanted, the show where 5 job applicants compete for one amazing job. Today we're in St. Louis, Missouri, the home of the original monster truck, and we're here to hire a driver. Driving a monster truck isn't for the faint of heart. Weighing in at almost 5 tons with 1,200 horses under the hood, a Bigfoot truck makes a Humvee look like a Hot Wheel. Each year, millions of fans thrill to the excitement of Bigfoot crushing cars and burning rubber. Controlling this beast takes a combination of aggressive attitude and delicate precision that few drivers possess. We found 5 applicants who really want to drive a monster truck. They each sent in a video resume.
What's up, America? My name is Alan. I need this job because I'm tired of being the smallest car on the road.
I hate this damn car. I'm not one with this vehicle. That's the problem. I need to be in a monster truck. I need to be dominating. In this world, you gotta be big to survive.
Hey, I'm Margot, and I'm gonna win this competition because size only matters if you're a truck. I live in Manhattan, so we don't drive very much. This is my 59 Pink Caddy. The body's in great shape, but it needs a little engine work. I actually think about cars so much that I've decided to go to technical school.
I'm Martin. I want to be a monster truck driver for the fame, the fortune, and the ladies.
I have a great deal of driving experience.
I'm supposed to be washing this guy's truck right now. I figure to get some practice in while I get a chance.
To maintain my strength, I try to get as much protein into my diet as possible.
Hi, my name is Gilbert. I'm an inventor and an entrepreneur. Contrary to monster truck driving, driving in New York City requires a lot of patience. The only way I get to drive wild and crazy is through video games. One of my favorite ways of driving is going the opposite way. So give me a monster truck. I want to crush some cars.
Hi, my name is Molly, and I want to drive a Bigfoot truck because boys love girls who drive big trucks. I'm ready to get out from behind this bar and drive a monster truck over your car and everybody else's. This could be your truck. Hire me!
Only one of these 5 applicants can get the monster truck job. To get hired, they have to get past the boss.
If you want to drive a monster truck, you have to be 100% focused. If you're not working for me.
I'm here with the original monster truck driver, Jim Kramer. So what does it feel like to be behind the wheel of one of those big trucks?
Megan, total adrenaline rush. I cannot equate it in any way to anything you might have done. It's just something that you have to experience yourself.
Aren't you also like crushing and destroying things?
All the way down the track.
So that sounds dangerous.
It is dangerous, but you know what? We wrote a book on safety, and we followed that book to the letter.
So what are you going to be looking for in the job applicants?
3 things, all right? Personality, perseverance, and mechanical aptitude.
Well, we found 5 applicants who think they're ready to get behind the wheel of a Bigfoot truck. So let's see if they have what it takes. Remember, Jim has never met our applicants, but based on their video resumes and this fast challenge, he's about to make the first cut. Welcome to Help Wanted. This is Jim Kramer. He's the world's most experienced monster truck driver. And he's the one who decides who gets hired and who gets fired. Before sending one of you home today, he's going to give each of you a chance to prove yourself. Jim, they're all yours.
Well, guys, I must admit, I watched your video resumes, and it was really entertaining, and I think I've got to know a lot about you. Before I hand out my first pink slip, you need to find something out about me and Team Bigfoot. The key word there is team. I trust my drivers with my life. Your first challenge is about trust.
So what do they have to do, Jim?
Very simply, they have to stand perfectly still because your life may depend on it.
All right, so you heard it here. Your first challenge is to stand perfectly still and look straight ahead. Molly, you flinched a little. Were you scared when you heard that engine behind you?
I wasn't scared, it was just loud.
Loud. Alan, you've been pretty still. How about you?
It's no big deal for me. I'm just looking forward to riding that thing.
Before Jim hands out the first pink slip of the day, he's got something to say to each of you.
Well, Gilbert, I watched your video resume. I don't think you know how to frown. But if put in a race situation, could I trust you to drive the proper direction on the racetrack?
Absolutely.
Margot, very creative. How did you get that big torque wrench underneath the hood of that little 57 pink Cadillac? They make them smaller, by the way. You said you drive maybe 3 times a year? I know you live in New York, but I would look for a lot more driving experience to help you out. Martin, you stood very still, you looked straight forward, you were very calm. The reaction to the jump, it showed me that you have some courage and you trust what I say, all right? You showed me that you can operate a piece of equipment. You took that Zamboni to a very tight area and parked it. But what I didn't like was your abuse of a vehicle that wasn't yours and actually hitting a barrier with it. You know, that's abuse of equipment that's not yours. Molly.
What's up?
You flinched. Flinching, I don't care if it's flinching because you're scared, flinching because you're excited, it doesn't make a difference. Your instructions were to stand still. You have very much of a party girl image, okay? And I'm not looking for a party girl in this job. I'm looking for somebody to buckle down and work hard. Stone Cold Alan, dude, you're like a rock out there when that truck went by. You trust what went on, and that's the whole idea of this fast challenge. And you made a statement in your video that you felt bullied by driving your car on the highway with SUVs around. If you feel bullied by your competitor, you were number 2 before the race starts.
So Jim, are you ready to hand out the first pink slip?
I think I'm ready.
So which is the first job applicant to go home today?
Molly, you get the pink slip, but here's why. You flinched. I told you specifically to stand still. Your life could depend upon it. All right? Good luck.
Thank you. I was expecting that my wanting to have a good time and my willingness to do anything would get me farther than it did. He seemed to be pretty turned off by my image.
I wanted to stand perfectly still. I was testing not only their courage, but their ability to just listen to me and follow directions. When I tell a driver to do something, he has to trust what I say and not hurt himself or anybody else.
Congratulations, you guys, for making it past the first elimination, but it's gonna get tougher. You remember how noisy that truck was? You haven't even gotten in the truck yet. In the minimum requirements challenge, Jim here is gonna test your basic monster truck skills. And if you can't pass these basic tests, you should probably stick to your Mercedes station wagon, Gilbert. Right, Jim?
That's correct.
So you guys ready for that?
Yep.
Let's head out of here.
I'm not really surprised that Molly was the first one to go. I mean, she's nice and I like her. She's fun to hang out with, but I don't know if she's really monster truck material.
For a moment there, I actually thought the truck was going to go over us, and I'm relieved that it didn't.
I've been kind of horny for the past couple of days, but that's gone. All I want is monster truck.
Welcome to the first test in the minimum requirements challenge. Now remember, you guys, based on your performance on these tests, another one of you is going home today. So what's the plan, Jim?
Bigfoot arrives at every show with small, what we call donut tires. Watch me properly take a donut tire off and transition the truck over to a monster truck tire. All right, applicants, you're gonna watch me do it, and then your challenge is put on the other 3 tires. Take the tire off, roll it out of your way, take the 3 pieces of 1-inch conduit. Put them down in front of the hub, right? Directly out from the hub. Put your 3 pieces of pipe down. Come over here, 850-pound tire. You gotta almost hug it. Pull it around, line it up with the hub, roll it up on your pipes, and finish putting the tire on. exactly what we have to measure.
All right, nice work, Jim.
Well, thanks, Megan.
So you say this is basic monster truck maintenance, right? They should be able to handle a task like this?
Well, they have to be able to handle a task like this. This is what you have to do when you first start.
Margot, you're the only one that's done a little auto body work. Does this look like comfortable territory?
Except for the size of the wheel.
Right. Have any of you guys ever changed a tire on an average car?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you think this compares, Jim?
I don't think it compares at all.
Okay.
You're all set, guys, but your challenge is to put on the other three.
The men always jump in and handle tools, so I gotta push them around a little bit to get in there.
Okay, applicants, everybody over here right now. Look at the wheel flange in relation to the wheel inside. You don't have this tire on because the truck is too low. We have to raise it up a little bit, get it level, then make sure the tire seats against the flange, okay?
Margot said that the tire was done and we were ready to move on when it wasn't, so I would say that in that her judgment was off.
All right, everybody's got the tools ready, good shape.
Based on this challenge, who do you think is emerging as a leader here?
I've got Gilbert. He really follows instructions well. He's really good on that jack. He's getting his height right, making sure everyone is doing what they need to do.
Okay. He's a fine man, but he's a nerd, and he acted like a nerd. He was being daintier about it than Margot.
I think Martin is a little bit too cocky. So I think in the end, that's going to do him in.
Okay. Is Margot a little on the small side?
She's small, but she's mighty. She looks like she can throw her weight around, and she's got muscle. Look at that arm.
Right.
You know?
That's it.
All right, nice work, you guys. Look, Jim, they're sweaty, they're dirty, they're starting to look like monster truck drivers, aren't they?
You know, it took them 25 minutes to put on 3 tires. It takes one of my guys 30 minutes to put on 4 tires. That being said, they did put them on safely.
Now you're gonna get behind the wheel. You're gonna actually put your foot on the pedal and feel the power.
Let's head out.
Driver's licenses, right? How about you, Gilbert? Do you remember parking?
Sure.
Parallel parking?
Parallel parking.
How'd you do?
Did it on the first time.
You did it on the first time. Probably a small car, though, right?
Oh, Honda Civic.
You think this compares to a Honda Civic, Jim?
Not even.
Yeah.
No.
I think you're going to wish you were at the DMV. What do you have in store for them?
Well, Megan, what I have in store for them, I'm going to take them over to Bigfoot, get in, start the engine, drive forward, make a 90-degree turn, climb up the back of these cars, over the top, and stop with the front tires on the hood. Alignment is crucial. I'm looking for precision here, not speed. I don't want you to roll over. It's not the exercise. The exercise is to park on top of the cars.
So you guys ready?
Yeah.
How about you, Alan? You think you're ready?
Oh, you know I'm ready.
Okay, good, because you're first.
Okay, fabulous.
All right, guys. Jim's going to give you some training first.
All right, it's an automatic transmission. Here's the brake. Here's the gas. Here's the shifter. Now, in order to start this thing, you have to pull the fuel on. All right, you have to pull the battery cable on. Now you have power. Ignition is on, and then you hit the start button. If you have to get out of the truck for any reason, if there's a fire or anything, you feel heat, flip that, you're loose. If the truck's not moving, you climb out. Okay. But that's how you get out of here fast.
Right before I got into the truck, the rain started pouring and I was worried. Everything was a lot slipperier and the conditions were really rough.
Can Alan pilot 5 tons of steel and rubber through the pouring rain? And what else does Team Bigfoot have in store? Find out next on Help Wanted. Welcome back to Help Wanted, the show where 5 job hunters compete for one amazing job. Our 5 applicants became 4 when Molly got the first pink slip.
You flinched. I told you specifically to stand still.
Now the applicants will try to tame 1,200 horses to park Bigfoot on top of 2 cars.
alignment is crucial. I don't want you to roll over. The exercise is to park on top of the cars.
The thing that I'm worried about mostly, centering the Bigfoot truck onto the white and blue car and make sure I don't topple over.
All right. I knew you could do it, Alan.
All right.
All right, Alan.
Very good. They call it Bigfoot, but it seemed like you had a Lightfoot for a little while there.
Well, I got scared because it's wet out there, so the first time that I pressed the accelerator, it kind of skid.
Right.
So I didn't want to topple over or anything up.
Alan, anything else you want to say to your competitors?
Well, it is harder than it looks, and you're all going to fail.
All right, well, Margot, you're next. All right. So suit up.
The only thing that's frightening is just the safety concern.
All right, line her up.
There's a lot of fuel and like a lot of power in there.
Go for it, now. All right.
That looks
What do you think, guys?
That was awesome.
Huh? Hey, it took a while, but she got through it.
What was going on? You seem like you were having a little trouble lining yourself up.
Yeah, I had some problems lining myself up, and my strategy was pretty much, as long as you guys weren't pulling the plug, I was going to keep going for it.
She wasn't doing anything wrong. She wasn't unsafe. She just had a little trouble with the rain. It's very slick. As all the applicants are going to have that kind of trouble.
We didn't get to see a professional do this next challenge. You know, we were told how to do it, but I guess we got to figure out on our own how to, you know, once we're there.
Typical combo.
That didn't take too long, did it?
Jim did specifically say this was about accuracy. Now, your wheels ended up back on the pavement.
I slid back. I landed on the hood.
He rolled back. I didn't like seeing that.
Okay.
This is an exercise in accuracy. As you know, earlier I told them, stop on the cars, stabilize the truck until my man gets up that relieves you.
Right. Next up, last but not least, Gilbert, I don't know, tough acts to follow.
I'm ready.
You're next.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Come on,
I'm
Gilbert.
actually Finally show you all how it's done.
Ah.
You went over the mark.
Were you rolling up like that?
So he was slightly off.
Slightly?
A lot. Okay.
All right. Yeah. That's what I'm you're talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Really? Well, you definitely scored points on aggression.
Well,
But what about accuracy?
As you can see, he killed my catch car.
Right, not good.
Not good at all. If the catch car hadn't been there, he'd been over the top, and who knows where he would have stopped.
Right.
All right? This is not good. You have to be able to hold a mark. This was a basic exercise.
This was about really harnessing the power, controlling it.
Exactly.
That was the key.
As we progress, and a driver gets trained, I want to see that aggressiveness. And this exercise, I wanted to see the accuracy.
Okay. All right, well, there you have it, you guys. Okay. You ready for the next test?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's go.
The last challenge was all about your ability to control the power of a Bigfoot truck. This one is about unleashing that power.
Yes.
It's also about whetting your appetite for destruction. Right, Jim?
And we're going to saturate. And I'll tell you right now, you got two 10,000-pound monster trucks accelerating full speed away from each other. This car is the wishbone. This exercise is accelerating the trucks away from the car until the chains get taut. Bang, the car flies apart. Very violent, very quick. When they hear the air horn, they have to both accelerate at the same time and keep accelerating until they feel that tug in the seat.
All right, but it's still all about getting the biggest piece. It's a little teamwork at the start, but then you want the bigger piece to win.
Be quick on the horn, you guys, because the first guy that takes off, normally, just like a wishbone breaking, that's why we call it that, you have the best chance of getting the biggest piece. So be sharp. All right, Martin, you're going to be in the Firestone destination truck. Gilbert, you're going to come with me. Come on.
I think Martin's probably too wild and on the edge to be a part of a team that's racing a machine like this.
Gilbert was a surprise to me because he had more guts than brains. He was pretty tough for an over-the-hill family guy.
One more chance to prove themselves before someone gets the pink slip. Gilbert and Martin unleash the power of Bigfoot next on Help Wanted.
18th hole championship.
Welcome back to Help Wanted, the show where 5 job hunters compete for one amazing job. Gilbert took it too far in the parking challenge.
As you can see, he killed my catch car.
Right, not good.
Not good at all.
Now he has one last chance to prove himself in the ultimate display of monster truck power, the wishbone.
Be quick on the horn, you guys, because the first guy that takes off, just like a wishbone breaking, you have the best chance of getting the biggest piece.
I think Martin's talked the talk. We're going to find out whether he can walk the walk.
Gilbert's got to go at it. Who knows? I'm not worried. He's a dainty little man.
What up? Hey, you can take it home with you, buddy. Souvenir. Yours?
I don't even know if I won or not yet, but all I did was I remember seeing the wheels coming up on the car, and I thought this was some pretty wild monster truck action.
At this point in time, I had to say you have the bigger piece.
Awesome.
I have a feeling this isn't like a really precision crafted sort of like, it's not a science to this competition. Maybe the manufacturers are at fault if somebody loses. Maybe they didn't sew it together right, I don't know.
Margot, she's okay, but I think she made it mostly on luck, the wings of luck.
Well, Alan's a pretty quiet guy, so I didn't get a good feeling for him. And now I've seen him in action, and I think he's a competitor.
Well, Margot, nice job. You definitely got the jump on Alan.
I was a little concerned that I wasn't going to be able to hear the whistle. So I was just watching him, watching for any movement of his arm.
Alan, you did really well. It's a great show. You pulled it apart, but why were you so late started?
I thought I did it pretty much on time, but the thing is I let go of the gas a little too early, and then I hit it again.
Oh,
so maybe
I stuttered.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it kind of showed up. She took off a lot faster. She had to jump on you for about 3 feet.
Okay.
And that means a lot. That stutter hurt you.
I would say the first to go now will be Alan. Boring ass Alan will go first.
About any events, I might have took maybe more time, maybe a little bit more calculated, but I did what I was told. And I think that's the main thing that Jim wanted to see.
My biggest competitor might be Alan, which is not what I thought originally.
Hi, guys. Hey. So, big day yesterday. Not every day you bounce around in a 5-ton truck. You crushed some cars in the parking contest, and you felt the power, I know you did, Margot, of the Bigfoot truck in the wishbone. Still, one of you has to turn in your keys today. But before that, Jim's got something to say to each of you.
All right, Margot. You know, you followed directions yesterday in the tire change. I really like seeing that. But when you did put the tire on, you had the lug wrench. You really didn't tighten the tire and wheel up the way it should be. The car park. Okay, you had to back up to 3 times to get on it, but you did hit your mark. Alan, tire change. You were laying stuff out. You did a great job on that. No complaints there. You got the tires on safely. You got them tightened up. Good to see that. Car park. It was wet.
Right.
You know, you kind of had a disadvantage there. The only thing is, you know, after the deal, you came out, you're a little cocky.
Well, it is harder than it looks, and you're all gonna fail.
You know what I mean? You're talking a little trash. When we work with Bigfoot Truck, we like to let our actions speak.
Right.
And not our mouth. You didn't have to be trash talking.
All right.
Didn't like to see that. The wishbone. Margot had a great start. She was on the horn. She was there. You went, stuttered.
Right.
All right, that allowed her to take off and get a lot more velocity on the car. So you should have been a little bit better on your timing. All right, Martin. The car park. You started the truck, you drove up with authority. And you hit your mark. Good. So the challenge was to hold your mark. And that's where it fell apart. You got up on the mark and you let it slip back. Wishbone, you came up a little short. But it's one of the closest decisions I had to make there was actually who won that. Gilbert, tire change. You know, you're the studious type. You ask questions, you pay a lot of attention to what's going on. What I really liked about you is your placement of the jack. I mean, you made damn sure that jack was just in the right place underneath that differential so it wouldn't slip out. It's very important. The car park, you had it good. You had the advantage of watching all these guys, and you're smart enough to take that advantage. You jumped way past your mark. And it actually ended up on my catch car. Okay, I didn't really like to see that.
All right, Jim, you ready to hand out the next pink slip?
I'm ready.
So who's going to be the next job applicant to go home?
Gilbert, you get the pink slip. And you kind of went way overboard in the car park. My safety guy had actually catch you on the safety car and shut you down. You know, you were that aggressive. I mean, it makes a great show, but it wasn't the challenge.
Okay.
You know, we're here to have fun, but it was a safety issue all the way around.
Okay.
That's why.
All right.
Take it easy, man.
Nice work, family man.
Right now, I feel a little surprised and a little disappointed. I think Jim didn't make the right decision in eliminating me.
Yeah.
If the other contestants thought I might have been somewhat of a sissy, I think they don't really know me very well.
So there are 3 of you left. Did you guys think you'd make it this far, Alan?
Oh, for sure.
Why?
I just had this vision that I'm gonna win this whole thing from the get-go.
You're that confident, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Margot, did you think it was fair that Gilbert went home?
Yes.
Why?
He didn't follow directions.
And Martin, who do you think is your biggest competitor here?
I think Margot's got the attitude,
Yeah.
but she's just a little girl.
Ouch.
I do agree.
Well, I'm sure you guys are anxious, so let's move on to the next stage of the competition, which is the job interview. Coming up, the applicants get grilled by the boss.
I really want to know a little bit about their backgrounds. I like honesty, okay?
Then Jim decides who drives Bigfoot and who takes a walk. Welcome back to Help Wanted, the show where 5 job hunters compete for one amazing job. Gilbert got the pink slip after the wishbone challenge. Now our applicants will face Jim in the intense job interview.
Margot, she's okay, but I think she made it mostly on luck, the wings of luck.
I think Jim likes me because I'm the girl. I think I got a lot of people pulling for me right now.
If I'm gonna give anybody any credit, I'll give Margot a little credit for having that little tough girl attitude, but, you know, keyword girl. I mean, I'm not losing to a girl, man.
Honestly, I'm kind of weirded out about the job interview. I have a feeling that that might be my weak point.
Good morning, applicants.
Good morning.
Hey, Jim.
If I want to employ somebody, I really want to know a little bit about their backgrounds. I like honesty, okay? All right, Alan, question for you.
Okay.
You're in a big race,
Yes.
huge race. Your biggest competitor breaks down, and you have the extra parts he needs. Would you offer him the parts knowing that he could very well put you out the next round and to destroy your chances of winning that night?
Well, I would have to talk to my team about it, see what they think.
Martin, you're in charge. You're the driver. When I send the driver out in the crewman,
Okay.
the driver makes all the decisions. He don't call me back here.
Right.
I trust him impeccably.
Okay.
It's up to his decision. What would you do?
And this is a competitor of mine.
He's your biggest competitor.
Oh, no. So in that case, no, I wouldn't give him my parts.
Okay?
It's his fault that his truck is not working.
All right. All right, same question for Margot.
It's tough, but I think I might. I would hate to get out there knowing that I could have helped a fellow competitor, and I think I would rather win it by skill than by default.
All right, good, noble answer. All right, in the monster truck industry, we promote our trucks, not our drivers. You don't get the accolades, the truck does. What in you would allow you to accept that?
My job's very similar to what you described. I'm just one little tiny spoke on the wheel. I work for a professional hockey franchise. I just make the ice. And most people, the fans, they don't know who Martin is. They don't know what I do.
Honestly, I think he's toning it down for this interview. Like before, he was like all guts and glory when we were doing the competitions, and now he's like tampering it down to show his nice guy side.
Now I'm dealing with the boss. Okay, I'll intimidate you guys later.
We've been
So this
dealing
is
with
all
the boss.
false
And
advertising.
My intention is certainly not to intimidate him. He asked for the honest answer. There it is.
I think part of it's honest. I think Martin likes to do a good job, so maybe the team does do better, but I think that you're a hot shot.
All right.
All right, you guys, I heard this in the last pink slip when I let Gilbert go. And Gilbert did a fine job, but he stepped across the safety line. And safety is all important. And while he was walking away, Martin turns around and says, "Goodbye, family man." Bigfoot really appeals to families. Kids are our forte. Families, kids, moms, dads, grandparents. So I really didn't like that remark. Is there some reason why you made it?
I don't want to make excuses. I think that it being a family sport, and maybe many of the Bigfoot people here being family men, I think it came out a little too much in him. I think he was a little bit wimpy.
I'm not a very big fan of talking smack about people, especially my fellow, applicants. We've had a good time. We've been poking fun at Gilbert all along, and it's kind of all been in fun, but it sounded a little malicious.
Mostly self-defense on your part.
Yeah, I can talk smack. I don't. It's not in my nature. I'd rather just get out there and compete and show you what I can do.
Jim, I don't think they're being honest. I think they're happy. I think that Gilbert's gone. I think they were feeling the same thing I did.
Yeah.
No, but I admitted that.
And they snickered when I said it, so I have a feeling that it's all mutual.
All right, I want to thank you for answering my questions. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Here we are at another elimination. 3 of you left, but only 2 of you will move forward. Now, by now, you've had a chance to get to know Jim as a boss. Martin, do you think you'd like to work for this guy?
Yes, sir.
You think he'd be tough?
I think he'd be the right kind of tough.
Well, what really matters is what Jim thinks of all of you. So, Jim, have you made a decision?
Yes, I have, Megan.
They're all yours.
All right, Margot. What I did like about you a lot was your eye contact. That shows me confidence. And I got a good feeling about your answers. You know, you look like a trustworthy person to me. Alan.
Yes.
I must tell you, I get the feeling that you're kind of glossing your answers.
Really?
You know, I wanted honest answers, and for the most part, I got the feeling that you kind of glossed them over for my benefit.
I've usually been accused of being too honest, but all right.
I really didn't, you know, that's my vibe. I just didn't get that from you, okay? Martin, Mr. Zamboni man, I'm really disappointed in the fact that your mention of a family man being wimpy. Now, Martin, I'm a family man. Am I wimpy?
Not at all. Not at all.
Jim, you ready to hand out the next pink slip?
I am.
So which one of these job applicants is going home?
This is hard, guys. I got to know you. But you know, one of you's got to go, and I do have a reason. But Alan, it's going to be you. In the monster truck industry, you know, we all work together.
Right.
And a comment you made about, no, I would not give that man my parts. In this industry, I would send my crew guy and all my parts to help my competitor. That's just what we do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You really kind of missed the boat on that. So I was trying to get some background if you guys follow the industry at all. And that showed me that you didn't.
Okay.
So that's why.
For sure.
Okay?
No problem. Take care, guys. Okay, so what can I really say? If we're out to compete, I wouldn't give him the parts. I got the pink slip, but I don't think Jim's questions were really fair.
A question about helping your competitor. That's a must in our field. Like I say, if my competitor has a breakdown, I'm going to give him the parts. I want to win because I won.
So congratulations, you guys. You made it to the final stress test. Sad to see Alan go?
Nope.
Feel like you're where you deserve to be?
Yes.
Correct.
Well, you guys stood your ground underneath a jumping Bigfoot truck. You passed the parking test. You made it through the job interview. But the stress test is going to really push your job skills to the limit. Jim, how are you going to decide who wins the job as your next driver?
These two have passed my minimum requirements. That affords them an opportunity to actually drive a Bigfoot in a race-type situation, guys, and that's just what we have built for you. A true-to-life, 300-foot monster truck track.
So you guys ready to suit up?
Yes.
Psyched up?
Yes.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's go.
They've driven Bigfoot, but nothing can prepare them for the final stress test. A head-to-head ride through a punishing monster truck obstacle course where no car is safe. The race is on, next on Help Wanted.
TLC.
Welcome back to Help Wanted, the show where 5 job hunters compete for one amazing job. Margot and Martin made it to the final stress test. Now it's time to see if they can race Bigfoot through a punishing monster truck race course where no car is safe.
Margot's got spunk. I think at the very least, it'll be a good race that I win.
I don't think a guy has to win this. If I thought a guy had to win this, I wouldn't be here.
I don't think Margot's going to lose because she's a girl. I think she's going to lose because I'm better at this than she is.
Hey, you guys. Hey. So you made it. This is the final stress test.
Yep.
This is a real monster truck course. It's got cars to crush and muddy hills to get over. But before you get in your trucks, Jim's going to walk you guys through the race course.
You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
It's what you work for, it's what you earned. Same set of cars that you had yesterday. 2 cars evenly spaced. Remember, keep the truck moving. You come off of this first set of cars, you're in the mud pit. You always look one obstacle ahead. Going across the cars, you're gonna hear metal snapping, glass flying. Don't let it bother you.
Okay.
Stay focused, all right? Let it hit the ground, that's your finish line. I wanna see you drive through that banner. The first one that breaks the banner wins.
I think Margot's made it this far because she does have a cool personality. She's got a fire under her ass. She wants this. I just don't think it's realistic for her to get it.
No, I don't think Jim would make a decision based on my gender. If that's what it is, it wouldn't be safe to have me in the truck. I don't believe that for a second. I came when I did to do it. I'm going home with her.
Come on, Marco. I tell you what, that's my girl. Talk about following instructions. Oh, Martin, my man.
Hey.
You hung with it. But man, that's a tough act to follow.
I can't beat that. That was, she deserves it. She deserves it.
Give me. Good job, Martin.
That was unbelievable. The best.
Margot? Oh. My gosh, girl, you kicked it. You dusted him. When I saw the front end of your truck, though, hit at the finish line, I thought for sure there was a possibility of you tipping. Were you feeling that at all?
Yeah, I thought I might die, but I just kept going.
How's your neck feel?
It's a little sore.
Martin, what happened? How'd she get such speed on you?
You know what? She's the toughest chick I think I've ever met. She didn't win by accident.
You know, Martin, what can I say? This race, it told the whole story, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It did.
Margot, you're the surprise. Let me tell you, I saw you walk out and I go, small. Can't she even put a tire on? And that's that's what I said.
That's okay.
But you came to the car park, it was raining. It took you numerous times. You got up in the car, and all the time you were learning. We went over to the car pull apart. Excellent pull apart, man. You were smoking on that, like I said. You were on, and I think that's the first taste you got.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And then it got insatiable, didn't it? You wanted more. So you come out here to the racetrack, bona fide monster truck racing track, muddy, bad conditions. Not what I would have liked for first contestants, really. But you guys muddled through it. You flew through it. I'm impressed. There's one job at Bigfoot, you're hired. See you on Monday.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Margot. We'll look for you on the road. Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Meany. We'll see you next time on Help Wanted.
I tell you what, that's my girl. Talk about following.
Coming up, when magician David Blaine hits the road, people all across the globe gasp.
I wondered what it would be like